There's something different about this Arsenal side, not just in tactics, not just in talent, but in mentality. The hunger, the focus, the maturity is starting to feel like a team that's not just competing for trophies, but expecting them, and it all starts with Mikel Arteta. After the Fulham win, Arteta sat down for what sounded like a normal press conference. But if you really listened, you could hear a manager whose project is entering its next phase, a team that's learned how to suffer, adapt, and win ugly when needed. He admitted those first 10 minutes after the international break were shaky, players off rhythm, still recalibrating, but then he smiled and said, "We deserve to win the game." That's not arrogance, that's confidence rooted in control. What's changed is Arsenal's ability to manage matches. They don't need to dominate every minute. They need to dominate the key ones. That's classic maturity, the kind that separates title challenges from title winners. Then came my favorite moment from that presser, a photo that went viral. William Saliba on the team bus, already watching Atletico Madrid, their next opponent. And Arteta didn't tell them to. It came from the players. That's culture, that's buy-in. It means Arsenal's obsession with details of the way they train, the way they recover, the way they think, is now coming from within the squad. Not just from the coach shouting on the touchline. When a manager doesn't need to remind his players to prepare, that's when you know something special is brewing. Now let's talk about that subtle moment when Arteta was asked about Diego Simeone. He lit up, called him extraordinary, inspiring, someone who built a culture and sustained it for 14 years. That's the blueprint Arteta wants for Arsenal: longevity, identity, emotional intensity, but expressed in his own way. He even admitted he's learning to stay calmer on the sidelines. That's growth. That's a coach maturing right before our eyes, realizing that leadership isn't always fire. Sometimes it's ice. And look, it's not just talk. This Arsenal defense, it's becoming elite. The addition of Gabriel Heinze to the coaching staff has sharpened the backline's edge. You can see it in their positioning, in their transitions, in how they press as a unit. Arsenal now defend like a team that trusts itself. They're no longer rushing to kill games early. They're managing tempo, killing momentum, suffocating opponents. It's not flashy, but it's championship level control. Last year, Arsenal dropped points in fixtures like these. This time, 9 points out of 9, Arteta said it best. From a draw to a win, sometimes it's just details. And that's the difference. This team understands the margins now. They've gone from idealists to realists, from entertainers to executors, still playing beautiful football. But now with that ruthless edge, even Mikel Marino said it, the squad is pushing each other harder than ever. Training's competitive standards are higher, and the players can feel that intensity coming from Arteta, but also that new calmness when things get tough. It's not just tactical coaching anymore. It's emotional intelligence. Arteta is finding that balance between fire and control, and the players are responding. So yeah, bookies are already calling them favorites, but Arteta doesn't care. He said the only thing he embraces is the team's energy, temperature, and commitment. That's how real leaders think. Not about odds or labels, but about standards. Every training, every press, every reaction, it's all measured, intentional, focused. This isn't the young Arsenal from 2 years ago. This is a team learning how to stay hungry and humble. And that's a terrifying combination for the rest of the Premier League. So what do you think? Is this Arsenal side finally ready to go all the way, or is it still too early to crown them? Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you love deep football breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe, because we're just getting started.